Have you ever found yourself just staring out a window at the city lights twinkling like 1,000 distant stars, and it feels like each one is a memory you can't quite touch? That's where I am tonight. It's funny how a view so full of life can make you feel so completely alone. It wasn't always like this. There was a time when these lights weren't just lights. They were the backdrop to our story. Her story. My story. Our story. I remember the first time she saw this view. Her eyes lit up, brighter than any of the lights below. She said it was like looking at a galaxy of possibilities. And with her, it really felt that way. Everything was an adventure. Even the simple things. Remember that little coffee shop we found, tucked away on that cobblestone street? The one that smelled like roasted beans and old books. We spent hours there, just talking about everything and nothing. Laugh. It was this incredible sound that could fill any room, even a quiet little coffee shop on a rainy Tuesday. We built a world together, brick by brick, laugh by laugh. Picnics in the park, where the sun would dapple through the leaves and dance on her hair. We'd lie on a blanket, watching the clouds drift by, making up ridiculous shapes and stories for them. She always saw the most imaginative things, while I just saw clouds. She taught me to see more. She taught me to see dragons and castles and entire worlds in the sky. And the road trips. Oh! The road trips? Windows down, music blasting, singing off-key to our favorite songs. We didn't need a destination. The journey was the point. The feeling of freedom, of being two souls against the world, with nothing but an open road ahead. We'd stop at those quirky roadside diners, the ones with the checkered floors and neon signs, and share a milkshake from the same glass. It felt like a movie. Our movie. I go back to these moments a lot. They play in my head like an old film reel, soft and a little faded around the... I can almost feel the warmth of her hand in mine, hear the sound of her voice whispering secrets in the dark. It's a beautiful, painful movie to watch. Because you know how it ends. The arguments started small, like tiny cracks in a perfect vase. Misunderstandings, unspoken frustrations, things we should have said but didn't. We were both so sure of our own hurt that we forgot to look at the others. The coffee shop visits became silent. The road trips stopped. The galaxy of possibilities outside my window just became lights. Cold, distant lights. I remember the day it ended. The silence was the loudest thing in the room, louder than the shouting that came before it. It was the silence of finality, of two worlds pulling apart. She packed a bag, and with each item she placed inside, another piece of our world seemed to crumble. The last look she gave me, it wasn't anger, it was resignation. And that hurt more than anything. The first few weeks were a blur, a haze of disbelief and an ache so deep it felt physical. The apartment, once so full of her presence, her scent, her laughter, became a hollow echo chamber. Every corner held a ghost. The coffee mug she left behind, the book on the nightstand, a bookmark halfway through a story she'd never finish. I tried to fill the silence with noise TV, music, anything but it just amplified the emptiness. I walked through our old haunts, a masochistic pilgrimage of sorts. The park bench where we had our first real conversation. The cinema where we saw that terrible horror movie, and she spent the whole time hiding her face in my shoulder. Each place was a monument to what was, and a painful reminder of what wasn't anymore. People say, time heals all wounds. But what they do, I'll tell you, is that time can also feel like an eternity when you're re-waiting to feel whole again. Grief is a strange thing. It's not a straight line. It's a chaotic scribble of anger, sadness, denial, and sometimes even moments of relief that feel like a betrayal. I was angry at her for leaving, angry at myself for letting her go. I bargained with the universe, promising anything to turn back the clock, just for one more day, just to do it right this time. But you can't go back. The film reel only plays forward. There were days I thought the sadness would swallow me whole. It's a heavy blanket, and it's easy to just pull it over your head and stay there. If you're feeling that way right now, please know you're not alone in that feeling. It's okay to not be okay, and it's so important to reach out, to talk to someone, a friend, a family member, or a professional, There is strength in asking for help. It's the first step out from under that blanket. Slowly, very slowly, something started to shift. One morning, I woke up, and the first thought in my head wasn't about her. It was about the coffee I was about to make. A small thing, but it was a start. I started noticing little things again. The way the sun hit the floor in the morning, the taste of my favorite food, the sound of birds outside the window. I started to understand that holding on to the pain wasn't keeping her with me. It was just keeping me from myself. The memories, the beautiful ones, weren't things to be mourned. They were part of my story. Tessa paid me that love, even though it ended, was real. And something that real doesn't just disappear. It changes. It becomes a part of who you are. It's not about forgetting. I don't think I'll ever forget her, and I don't want to. It's about letting go of the hurt that's tied to the memory. It's about being grateful for the chapter we had, while accepting that the book continues. Her book continues, and so does mine. Tonight, I'm looking out at the same city lights, but they look different. They no longer feel like 1,000 painful reminders. They're just lights again, beautiful and vast. And instead of a galaxy of shared possibilities, I see a galaxy of my own. New adventures to be had. New coffee shops to discover. New songs to sing off-key. In the car, the ache is still there, sometimes. It's a faint echo in a quiet moment, but it's not all-consuming anymore. It's a scar, not an open wound, and scars tell a story. They remind you that you healed. I'm ready to move on, not away from the past, but forward with it, carrying the lessons, the love, the joy, and yes, Ibn to pain, because all of it made me who I am today. And for the first time in a long time, I'm excited to meet that person, to see what his next chapter looks like. The view from here is actually pretty incredible. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever felt this way, I hope you find your peace too. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more thoughts from the heart. See you next time.